following portion of Daytime Blue Ridge is sponsored by
There is a lot to think about when it comes to home ownership, the yard, the interior design, the appliances. It can be easy to overlook one very important part: crawl spaces and basements. And joining us to talk about the services that they offer and what homeowners might need to be considering is the manager of Crawlspace Care Virginia, Derek Keith. Thank you so much for coming in.
How you doing today?
Good. So not the first thing that I think of when I think of home ownership, but still a very important thing. So what are kind of some of the signs that our crawl spaces might need some work?
For one, the musty odor that a lot of people will get from a crawl space when it's got moisture problems.
Right.
You may notice buckling of your floors, curving and things like that, and just a poor, kind of get the sense of a poor air quality in the house.
Now, when you say buckling of a floor, is that like above the basement, or is that
Correct.
like in? Okay.
Well, what happens is the moisture down in the crawl space will absorb into the wood, and hardwood floors will curve and actually buckle, and you'll notice different things change on the floor.
That sounds like at that point, is there a sign a little bit earlier? Because I feel like at that point you're like, oh no, my whole house is falling apart.
The musty smell is usually the first giveaway.
All right.
You'll notice that musty odor in your upstairs of your house.
Just use your nose. So what are the benefits of closed crawl spaces?
One of the biggest benefits is it can lead to up to an 18% energy savings. You know, you lose a lot of heating and cooling through those bad insulation problems in crawl spaces, because when that moisture gets absorbed into insulation, it no longer does its job.
Okay.
But another thing is the air quality in your home. At Bugman, one of our goals is to make a house safer and better for you as who's living in the house.
Absolutely. Getting
pests out. But also, when you enclose a crawl space, it basically creates the same living environment that is upstairs. It conditions that crawl space. You'll have regular moisture levels.
Right.
The mold and things like that can no longer grow in those type of spaces.
Okay. Now, why are traditional vents not really working anymore?
Well, what has happened is when that theory came about, not many houses has air conditioning.
Right.
It's all based off of relative humidity and dew points. So what's happened is air conditioners have caused lower surface temperatures and all the things that are in a crawl space. The house is cooled down, those high humidity levels hit them, and then everything condenses. You get water dripping, it absorbs into the insulation, and that's actually caused a lot of the problems.
Right.
The best idea now is to actually enclose that space, and whether it be a dehumidifier or actually a air inducer, which taps into the heat and air system, it regulates those moisture levels down there, creating a much better air quality.
Okay, so let's talk about a little bit about kind of the services that you all offer if somebody can get a hold of you.
It depends on what you want to put into it a lot of times.
Okay.
We can start at a vapor barrier and work our way up to a full encapsulation. We offer dehumidifiers, mold and fungal treatment in crawl spaces, because in a lot of cases that's already happened by the time you realize something's going on.
Right.
It's a nice clean environment, creates a space where you can store things. It's solid white throughout. Really does a good job at adding value to the house too. So.
Okay, so if somebody wanted to get in touch with you all, how can they do that? Website address?
We've got crawlspacecarevirginia.com.
Okay.
We've also got the phone numbers there at the office. You can look us up through Bugman Exterminating, call the office. We do free estimates, and be happy to come out and take a look at it for whoever needs it.